Do you ever wake up sometimes scared and anxious about life? You just wake up and you feel weird, like this anxiety is boiling in the pit of your stomach. You start dwelling on one of your problems, and as you start dwelling on it, because you're already feeling this worried feeling in the pit of your stomach, you start thinking into it even more, and you become scared about life. And you pretty much want to put those blankets right back over your head and hide, or forget that you woke up that day. What up, party people in the streets? How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing awesome.
Wait up, we're talking about being scared today.
I'm scared!
Possessed by fear.
This is the worst possible way to start your day.
You think?
Because you are starting your day with fear and doom and thinking about the worst possible scenario that could possibly happen to you. So if you start finding yourself in one of those places where you feel scared and your mind's wandering and you're making it worse and worse just by every thought of what could happen if that happens, and if that happens, then that happens, and pretty soon you don't even want to get out of bed. You know, that sometimes that happens where you just feel paralyzed like that, where you're just all of a sudden just scared. These things can happen for many reasons, and this is why I'm doing this video. Welcome to day 17. Today we are talking about when you are scared about life. Okay, everybody take a nice deep breath right now. And just cut the cord to life. And when I say cut the cord, it's just like sweep your hand and just cut the energy connection to that fear that's coming into you. And just give yourself some breathing room. Okay, everybody just calm down. I believe everybody must wake up like this sometime or another. And I'm talking about when you wake up like that in the morning. Sometimes it just comes along during your day. But there are times when you just wake up and you go, instead of good morning, God, it's morning. You know, and it feels like everything's coming at you, all of your worries and all of this stuff. Why? What tipped that off? You just woke up. How could you be this worried just waking up out of your sleep? Well, I want to tell you that when you feel this way, to be prepared for how to look at it and change the way you're thinking, instead of going down that rabbit hole and creating this whole story of how it could unfold in the worst possible way. Because what have I been telling you this whole time? When you think something, you create it immediately, and the universe starts creating it. So the less time that you spend in these emotions that are vibrating very largely in your energy field and in your mind and in your emotions, the sooner you can change them to something better, the better off you're going to be, and you won't continue to carry this out further than it needs to go. Because when you start creating these scenarios where pretty much your life is doomed, that pretty much sucks, because you're writing your story when you do that. So make sure when you're thinking these things out, you're not creating this whole scenario that you definitely would not want to see yourself in. You want to stop it when you're feeling that coming on and say, no, I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole. I'm not going to put any focus on that. I'm right now going to switch this around. I'm going to change what this is. I am in charge of my story, and I am the director of my story, and I can be the one to decide that I'm not doing that path. I'm going to choose another path. Okay, it's really that simple when you think about it. Choose the path that you would prefer and then focus on that rather than allowing yourself to go down a path that you don't want to be on. You don't have to be on that path. You are the one that holds the choice within yourself to change what you don't like. So you're not stuck in anything you don't want to be stuck in. You just have to decide that's what you're going to do and then take steps. Okay, before we go into what you would need to do, I want to talk about why you would wake up feeling this way. Because it can be so many things. It could be not even you. And then you're feeling it, but it's a result of something else. And then you're worrying about something that isn't really there to begin with. So sometimes you may wake up feeling that way because of the way that the planets are positioned in our universe. And, I'm sure you've heard about astrology. That stuff is really real. The way that our Earth moves and how the planets are going around us, solar flares, weather things. I mean, if there's weather that's kicking up in your area or you're getting hit with vibrations of weather that's near you, that would totally affect you. The other day we had a pretty good thunderstorm and rainstorm, and I felt so tired. I talked about it on one of the videos not long ago, that I laid down. I didn't even know I was tired, and I just totally passed out, okay? And I spoke to my chiropractor the next day, and she talked about how she did the same thing, and there was many other people that said the same thing, that they just were out of it that night. So when there's a lot of people saying the same thing, it has something to do with the energy that's around in your environment. So sometimes it's simply the energy that's flowing through the universe at that time. Sometimes it's people that are around you, maybe people that live in your house or that you work next to, or anyone that you might spend any time near that is having problems and they're worried about something. And even if they're not saying it, because you are in a close proximity to them, you could be picking up on what they're feeling, what vibration they're putting out. Because remember, everybody's vibrating something, right? So if you're standing next to somebody, whether it's to get coffee or use the copy machine or waiting in the store line to buy lettuce, or somebody lives in your house, you don't have to use words. The vibration, you will pick up on it. If you're standing next to somebody, very well, you could be in their aura feeling what they're vibrating. So you could be picking up on somebody else's worry about whatever it is, and you just start thinking that it's you, and then you start worrying, and then you really didn't have anything to worry about, but I'm sure if we really thought about things, we could make up some worries. And so since we start feeling that, we just start taking it on and living it as if it's ours, not thinking, hey, maybe that was somebody else's energy. That's not usually something that comes to us first, like, oh, I'm feeling really worried or anxious or scared. And then the first thing we think is okay, what could I be scared of? Oh my gosh, I remembered I had this problem. And now let me just start getting really scared about that. Instead of, we don't think, oh, maybe that was that person next to me that was scared, and now I'm picking up on that. So remember, it could very well be somebody that you were near that you picked up on their worry and their fear. It could be something that you were eating the day before. Honestly, food carries a vibration like anything else. And if you drank a bunch of coffee and had a bunch of caffeine in your system, and you didn't drink a bunch of water to wash out that caffeine could be vibrating in you all night, and you wake up and you're feeling jittery from it because it's just stuck in your system. It hasn't been flushed out yet. If you have been eating a lot of food that's low energy and not watching what you eat, or, I hate to say it, but people who eat meat, you're eating a lot of trauma energy when you eat that stuff, and all of those things will affect your vibration, because whatever you put in your body is vibrating and it becomes part of your vibration. So, imagine a cow going to be killed in the slaughterhouse. If you've seen any of those videos or movies about what those cows go through. They know they're going to be sentenced to death and they're traumatized. And then the way they do it is just so horrid. Or any of those animals, not just cows, any of those animals, they die in a very traumatic state. And then you eat that meat that has that trauma energy in it, and you are basically eating trauma and holding trauma in your energy that's not even yours. So that could definitely make you feel anxious and worried and scared because of something you ate vibrating in you that feels that way. And it could just be your energy that could be taken care of a little bit more. I know that when I go to yoga every day, I feel really good. If I don't do some sort of exercise or get outside for a walk or anything, if I don't do that for several days in a row, I know that the level of my energy isn't as high or happy or clear or feeling as safe as I could. If I use my energy to do some exercise and move my body, when you move your body like that, you allow stress, you allow energy to release out of your body. But when you don't do that and you're more stagnant and you don't move your body, energy starts to get blocked up within you and it doesn't have a way to release. So you always feel better after you go for a walk, right? You always feel better after you work out. You always feel better after you've eaten something that's really healthy. Notice the things that you do. Do they make you feel good after you do them? Or do you feel not great after you do them? Do you feel heavy? Do you feel bloated? Do you feel too full? Do you feel so lazy? Do you feel unmotivated? When you're feeling those ways, look at what you're doing that makes you feel that way. And when you feel good, remember what you're doing that makes you feel that way. And so all of those things could feed into how you could wake up on any given morning because of how your energy is being either taken care of or not being taken care of. So there's many factors that can go into this, but I will say if you wake up and you go right into worry and being scared and anxious and about life, most likely it is something that you're just feeling off. Probably something you ate the night before, like I said. Maybe you had caffeine. Maybe you're not taking care of yourself. Instead of staying in bed and worrying about life and dooming yourself, get out of bed and say, I'm just going to go for a walk around the block at the very least. Okay, if that's all you have time for, just get up, throw in some sweats, and take a quick walk around the block to just get yourself, drink some water, and just go for a walk. If you can go do other things like yoga or workout, go to the beach, even better. But if all you have time for is to get up, drink some water, go for a walk around the block, do that. Shake it off. Breathe. And I can guarantee you pretty much that you're going to feel better. If you don't feel better, there's a lot more going on than just this. So another few things that I'd like to tell you, that little tools that you can use to move yourself out of this fear, because you want to stop the story making that is going to take you down a path that you don't want, right? You want to stop that and get yourself back to feeling good. So I just gave you one about things you can do about your diet, about exercising, about breathing. Okay, breathe. Take a lot of deep breaths in. And release. Just fill yourself with fresh air and release all the old stale air that's in your system. Okay, and it's best to do that outside, but if you have to do it inside, just do it. As long as you're breathing, you're going to be feeling a lot better. There is another technique that I absolutely love, and it's called neutral separation. And what you're doing is you are going to release any energies in you that do not belong to you. And then you're going to call all your energy back that you left wherever with whoever back to you. Okay, this is such a great technique. Actually, you should do this a couple of times a week at least. Or if you start feeling worried or afraid or you don't feel good or something's really bothering you, or someone's really bothering you, when you just need to feel better, this is, to me, one of the best things you can do. So all you do is affirm, I am letting any energy that doesn't belong to me to leave my space and go back to wherever it belongs. And I feel any energy that's in me or around me purging from my third chakra, which is at your stomach area. Doesn't really matter. You just imagine energy is leaving. Any energy that doesn't belong to me, it's going back to wherever it needs to go. And you just imagine it. You can imagine energy leaving. You can just feel it. You can just affirm it. Anything that's not mine is leaving my space. Keep breathing, allowing it to leave your space. And then you say, I'm calling all my energy back from wherever I left it, from whoever took it, from all directions of time and space. I'm calling all my energy back to me. So I imagine my energy going up into the light. So when I say light, to me, that's God, it's source, it's divine, it's universe, the highest power. I am letting all my energy go up into that light, cleanse, because who knows where it's been, cleanse, and come back down into my crown chakra, which is the top of my head, and fill my body and ground down to my feet. So I'm letting all the energy that doesn't belong to me leave, and I'm calling all my energy back from all directions of time and space, letting it cleanse in the light and fill into my body. So all my energy is pouring back into my body, and you can feel it, you can imagine it, you can see it, you can affirm it, you can just know it. Just fill yourself back up with your energy and breathe. And then cut the cord to any last energy and feel yourself. When you call your energy back to yourself like that, you suddenly feel full again. You feel yourself. You feel more confident. You feel so much better just because you have let go of all that other energy that wasn't yours, and you called all your energy back, and now you're fully back in your own energy. And that is absolutely the best way to be always. And then just keep filling yourself with light. Imagine white light just filling your space. And remember, you're not just your body, but you are your aura too. So when you feel that white light coming down, filling it into every cell of your body, just imagine every cell of your body lighting up with this beautiful white light, okay? And it's so cleansing, like you can fill all your organs with it, your blood, your bones, your muscles. Just fill every part of your body up with this beautiful white light. It not only a high vibration, but it's very healing. And when you keep filling yourself with light, anything that's dark or negative will have a very hard time staying in your body and your energy, because light is much more powerful. Where there's light, there is not darkness. So fill your whole body up, and then feel it swirling through you and around you outside into your aura, to make sure you're clearing your aura too, because your aura holds your emotional, mental, and spiritual body, and you want to make sure you're cleansing those too. And once you've got that all going, you just breathe. Breathe in that white light. Breathe out all the old stale air. Breathe in that white light. Breathe out all that old stale air. And one more time, breathe in all that white light. And breathe out all that old stale air. And you know what? Things don't look so bad anymore. So when you wake up to gloom and doom, don't go down that rabbit hole and start thinking the worst case scenario and creating it into your vibration.
Possessed by fear. Scary.
You want to catch yourself and say, hold on, Bessie. This is not how I'm going to start my day. This is not how I'm going to create my day. And I'm certainly not going to create my life from this space and this vibration. Let me just take a few breaths and realize this might be me, this might not be me, but I'm going to take control of this situation right now and fix it. And then you do these techniques that I told you. Drink some water and go walk around the block. Go work out. Go eat something healthy. Breathe. Breathe a lot. Do the neutral separation, sending energy away that's not yours and calling your energy back. And breathing in this beautiful white divine light into your body, into your energy, into your aura, and breathe and breathe and breathe. And this will definitely shift your attitude. It will shift your mood. And it'll shift your vibration in a very positive way. You do not have to wake up and become scared about life. It's all in your hands. You choose how you are going to create your day every day, and always start it on the best possible foot that you can for your best results. Okay, everybody? Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow on day 18. Bye, everyone.